Hi there. In a world where nothing is certain, that means anything is possible, right? If you want to fulfill your dreams and desires, you are in the right place. You absolutely can have a life of happiness. Everyone deserves an abundance of love, laughter, success, health, and wealth. I'm Tara Chadzakis, and you're listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. The show that brings you meditation, mindset, and motivation. So start by giving yourself permission to be awesome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hey, how are you today? And welcome to this episode. So, during these past few months, I have found that I haven't really missed going out, to be honest. I know we have been stuck at home and things have been a little bit different, but I haven't really been that bothered about it, to be honest. The only thing that I would say is something that I have missed is actually just going to a shop and just wandering around, not actually going for anything specific, just having a look around, seeing what's there, choosing something that maybe I wasn't in the mood or I hadn't intended to buy, but actually when I'm there I think, do you know what, I really would like that. And one of my favourite shops is a small old-fashioned stationer's shop, and it's in Newport, which is the centre of the Isle of Wight where I live. And I don't go to this shop very often, but when I think about a shop that I just love to look around, it's this one. I can't remember the name, to be honest. I don't notice the name, I just walk in. It's one of those old shops where you go in and you can instantly smell all the things that are in there, all the paper and things like that. And it's just so magical to me. I mean, stationery is my real passion. I love anything like that. And I can literally spend hours just walking around, looking at pens, looking at different colours of paper, different thicknesses of paper, craft things, bits of shiny tissue paper or plastic, things that you can make things with, different paints. I mean, I don't even paint, but I just love walking through and looking at everything and just imagining what potential is in each and every one of those things. If you have paper and you have a pen, you can write a book, you can make changes in the world, you can write down your goals, your dreams and ambitions, and it's all really phenomenal. If you have paint and paper or a canvas, you can create a whole new world that people can see and believe that they're actually there. It's one of those places where you can just go in and you just really get lost in everything that's there. And it's not just what's there, it's the possibility of the things that could be created or accomplished just by buying things like this. Now, I love notebooks. I buy them all the time, and I buy small black ones, big red ones, leather bound, paper bound, all sorts of different ones. I don't care, I just like them, and I love the smell of fresh paper. It's just flicking it, it's just amazing. And I have lots of notebooks at home, and quite a lot of them I'll buy them and I'll start down and I'll write things in there, and then I put it down somewhere else and I forget about it for a while, and I might buy another one and I go and start using that one, and it's all sort of up and down, and I've never actually bought a notebook and used it from front to back because I have to say I can't stop buying them. I do love them. And people buy me them as gifts and things like that, and they're just amazing because they contain all my thoughts and ideas and all my dreams and ambitions and the things that I love, and I can put them all on paper, and there's something magical about writing. I just find writing with a pen and paper much more therapeutic than actually writing on a keyboard. Of course, if I have a big document to write something, I do it on a computer because it's easier to just delete things and rewrite things and not have to scribble them out and start again. So computers are great for that, but the actual feel of a pen in your hand and the paper underneath it is just something that I've always loved. I've always enjoyed the written word or words in general. I loved English at school. It's my favourite subject. In fact, English is the only subject that I did very well in. So, I wasn't a maths girl. I wasn't really into science, but give me a book to read or something to write. And, I loved when I was younger, I had pen pals from all over the world because it was something that I loved doing. I was sharing my life. I was learning about other people's lives, and just the magic of getting a letter through the post was just phenomenal. And I still love them. And, I must admit, I don't send letters as much as I used to do, or postcards or cards and things, but they are really magical to just receive one. You just get so excited, you know what's going to be in it, and you can light up when you're reading it. So for me, notebooks and stationery and things are just absolutely, I just love them. So the other day, I found a notebook that my friend Kim had bought me, it must have been Christmas of 2015 maybe, or my birthday, which is in January of 2016. I don't remember exactly when, but it's a beautiful black book, and it's got, it says big ideas on the front, and it's got a little elastic bit round it, so when you close it, you can wrap that round so the pages don't open and things like that. And I remembered using it, but I hadn't actually looked at that book for a long time. So I opened the book, and I was really surprised because at the front of the book, I had written down about 6 things that were my goals, and it was about June of 2016, so 4 years ago pretty much. And I looked at the goals, and I was really surprised that I'd written these goals down because I had, to be honest, I'd completely forgotten about them. But when I looked at them, I could tick every single one of those goals off. So I had achieved everything that I wrote down in 2016. And I don't actually remember ever working particularly on any of these goals. I must have done at the time. I must have been all pumped and fired up and I'm going to get this done and I'm going to achieve this and woohoo, here I go. But I don't actually remember putting the effort in and doing it. But I actually did achieve them. So I must have been doing something. And to be honest, I think really because, we all manifest things in our lives. We create our lives. And most of the time we do it subconsciously because we're not putting the effort in to work towards a goal or to work in creating a different life for ourselves or a better life. So things just happen because, we have the intention for them to happen, but they happen at a slower pace maybe, or they may happen a little bit differently to how you expected, but they do usually come true because that's what you really want. So I looked at these goals, and as I said, I ticked them all off, and I thought, wow, that's really cool. But then I thought, well, actually, even though I've accomplished all of these, I've done it subconsciously, so I haven't actually put the effort in. And it's taken me 4 years to achieve some of these goals. And they're not goals that are like, making £5 million or something. It's nothing that you would look at and think, wow, that would be difficult to achieve. There are things that are very simple, quite basic, but there are things that I wanted at that time to achieve in my life. So I'm thinking to myself, well, if I had actually put the effort in to do these things, to actually work towards a goal, create a path to success, something I wanted to do, and create milestones, things that I could achieve along the way just so I didn't get deterred and I didn't lose track and focus. If I'd have done that, I probably could have achieved all of those goals in 6 months, maybe a year tops for some of them, because some of them obviously a little bit longer. But I wasted basically 4 years just wandering aimlessly and still achieving the goals. But what was the point in that? Why didn't I put the time and effort in? Why didn't I make a plan? Why didn't I go out and actually go and get what I really wanted to achieve at that time? Because that could have set me on a different path. I could have been further along in my journey now. Things could have been completely different. I mean, I don't know because obviously that's not the situation. But the point is that I realised that, wow, Tara, you are great at manifesting, but when you don't put any commitment into it, you get slower results and basically you're wasting time. So I was wondering, I'm probably not the only person, obviously. You know, how many times have you made a goal, a dream that you want to achieve, and forgotten about it, and then when you've looked back realised, well, oh, actually I did achieve that, but maybe it wasn't what I wanted, it wasn't the result that I thought it was going to be, so I didn't really notice. Or maybe you changed your goal along the way and just are working towards it. How important is it to pick an actual physical goal and write it down, make a plan and work towards it? It is so important, so important. Now, I agree, you have to have lots of different elements to create a goal. It's not just a matter of writing it down and ploughing ahead. You know, you have to get your mind, body and soul all on board, because it has to be something that you really want. You have to feel your desire. You have to get into the energy of having achieved it. You have to get excited by it, because if it's not a goal that excites you, then you're not going to achieve it. You're not going to go out and you're not going to do the extra work and you're not going to go the extra mile. You're going to just plod along and make do, and that's not what we're about. Entrepreneurs are about changing the world. Entrepreneurs are about creating big dreams for ourselves, for our clients. It's so important that we get the transformations that we want in our lives as well as in the lives of our clients. So I just wanted to touch with you about that and say, you know, really think about what you want. Do you even know what you want as a goal? Do you have those goals planned? Because quite often, you know, if you say, yeah, I want to be happy, or I want to be rich, or I want to be famous, or something, I don't know, what does that actually mean? You know, you can't have a vague goal because you're going to get vague results. You know, if you say, oh, I want to be rich, well, if you walk down the street and you find £10 on the floor, well, you're £10 richer. Does that count? Is that what you were looking for? Is that what your goal was? Have you achieved it? Well done. Congratulations. Move on to the next one. You know, you have to really focus on what you want, because if you're not being specific, if you are accepting whatever comes your way, then, you know, your results are going to be whatever, and your life's going to be whatever, and you're not going to get the results and the goal, and achieve the goals that you really want. And that's the whole point of being here. The whole point is to live the best life you can and be absolutely amazing during that time. And have fun and love and laugh and push yourself and overcome challenges and step out into the world and step into your power and become the most awesome version of yourself. So that all came from my little notebook, and I hope that you can take something from it. And thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you subscribe and leave me stars. 5 would be amazing. Thank you. And I will speak to you again next week. Until then, take care and love yourself.
Thank you for listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. I'll be back next week bringing more meditation, mindset and motivation for your happy and successful life. To find out more about our community, go to tarachatzakis.com/happy, inspired, motivated.